In 1922, deep in the Bavarian countryside, a family began to notice something strange. The Grubers lived on a quiet, isolated farm called Hinterkaifeck. Their neighbors were half a mile away, and the nights there were completely silent. At least, they were supposed to be. One winter morning, Andreas, the father, discovered a set of footprints in the snow. They led from the forest straight to his farmhouse, but there were no footprints leading back. Inside, the family noticed objects had been moved. A newspaper they had never bought appeared on their table, and at night, footsteps echoed in the attic. The neighbors begged Andreas to call the police. He didn't. That decision would cost his entire family their lives. On March 31st, 1922, the killer struck. One by one, the family members were lured into the barn. Each of them was killed with a heavy pickaxe. Inside the farmhouse, the maid was murdered. So was the youngest child. 6 lives ended in one night. But the most chilling part of this story is what happened next. The killer didn't leave. For days after the murders, smoke rose from the chimney. The animals were fed. Food went missing from the kitchen. Whoever did this was living in the house, while the bodies lay hidden in the barn. When neighbors finally checked on the family, they found the horror waiting for them. But the killer was already gone. So who was the attic killer? To this day, no one knows. But there are theories. Some believe it was a wandering drifter or a robber. Maybe someone hiding in the attic who struck when the time was right. But valuables were left behind. This didn't look like robbery. Others point to a neighbor, a man named Lawrence Schlittenbauer. He had fathered a child with Victoria, the daughter of the house. Some say he killed the family in a fit of anger. Others believe he knew more than he ever admitted. But the evidence was never enough. And then there's the darkest theory, that the killer was someone the family already knew. Someone comfortable in the farmhouse. The footprints, the attic noises, the calm feeding of animals after the murders. It doesn't sound like a stranger passing through. It sounds like someone who belonged there. The police questioned over 100 suspects, but no one was ever charged. The farmhouse was torn down years later, replaced only by a simple wooden cross. What lingers is the memory of the warnings the family ignored, the footprints in the snow, the strange noises above their heads, the quiet dread of knowing someone might have been inside their home, watching, waiting until it was too late. Over 100 years later, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. So what do you think? Was it a jealous neighbor, a wandering killer, or someone who had been living in the attic all along? If you enjoyed this journey into the past, make sure to subscribe and join me for more tales that sound too strange to be true, but are